This scene goes here, let's switch that one, switch that with that. This is how to write a feature film. If you don't know how to write, you don't like writing, and you're not a writer just like me. My name is Doyle, and this is how I wrote Outer Heavens, my debut feature film. This is all you need, a packet of 6x4 cards. This is an old trick I learned from the great David Lynch. He says you need 70 of these, fill them up with ideas and scenes, and there's your feature film. So you might be thinking to yourself, what actually is a fucking scene? Because if you're not a writer, you're like, I don't know what a scene is, or if you've never done this before, you don't know. Let's not get too technical. Whatever you think a scene is, write it on the card. When I was making Outer Heavens, I basically thought of all the different scenes that I've had in my mind over the years, and I got them onto the cards. There were things from short films that I never made, parts of films that I never made, and then some things that I had in my mind over the years and stored deep in the database. Don't be trying to make anything connect right now, so just write 70 scenes down, and that's it. Realistically, you could probably do this within like a couple of days once you have the ideas stored in your mind. I think when I was doing Outer Heavens, I filled out the scenes within the space of a week. You don't have to write loads down. It doesn't have to be a lot of stuff written down. Just maybe a headline that will help you remember that scene in your own mind. Behind me here is the original cards that I filled out for Outer Heavens. And I've arranged them here like I used to have them in my studio when I was creating the film. Basically, I got them and stood here and slowly arranged them in a way at the time that I thought kind of made sense. But a thing to remember is, at the time when I was arranging them, I didn't have characters. I had maybe a vague idea of a couple of characters. I didn't have an idea of a plot. I didn't have really much ideas like cemented. I was allowing the process to create that. So as you put down the cards, you'll start to see connections in your own mind yourself. You know, you'll start to be like, oh, maybe this card, show a man watching a video of his wife, barman's crying, ghosts around him, daughter running around, man in a bed sleeping. Okay, so that's like a montage thing it must have been. It must have made sense in my mind. But basically, I don't have the characters there. I'm just saying man, barman, girl. And that's what I do throughout, because the ideas that I have for it might be from many different types of people, many different memories, and many different ideas that I've had. But when you get them all up together, there starts to be connections. So the man in this card, you might be like, he kind of reminds me of this guy. Maybe that should be the same guy. And then the barman here might be the same as the guy that's like this one. The lads, what's this? The lads meet and discuss who the young man sleeping in the car is. You know, who are the lads? Who's the young man sleeping in the car? Is the young man sleeping in the car someone related to the barman? Are the lads the same guys that were in the first card? You know, that's how it starts to develop. So as you're putting them up, you start to refine things. And then the next part, what we do is start to arrange it properly. So while they're all up, we can stand and look at. You know, when you're sitting down at your desk, you can't move things around. It's very linear. Well, now it's quite random, so we can move it all around. So if you think this scene is better suited down here, we just switch the card, switch the card. This scene goes here, let's switch that one, switch that with that. And then in real time, you're actually developing the structure of the film. Now, I don't really know if this would work for like traditional kind of plot-heavy films, but it works for really weird freak films that we all like to make. You know, those DIY, low-budget, black and white, weird films for freaks and weirdos like us. It's a perfect process for that. Here's one thing I just want you to know about this, right? Because it's absolutely very interesting. I didn't arrange it the way Outer Heavens is because I couldn't really remember. But I just put them up at random, right? But I just want you to know this, right? This is why this process is fun, because it kind of allows, like, you know, the universe or the, I don't know, some sort of film spirit, art spirit to take over if you are open to those ideas. So the very last scene down here, I swear I did not do this on purpose, right? The very last scene down here is the ending, obviously. This would be the ending of the film. So this is the start, go the whole way, and then this is the ending. But this card is really interesting, right? It says, the lads walk home in the dark. One man comes into his house to his wife. He plays the song The Lakes of Pontchartrain and dances beautifully with her. It also shows another man alone going into his old house and climbing into bed. What a cool ending. So there you go, we have like a weird kind of ending for the film that we never really would have thought up if, we were too serious about, or we were too structured about how we were making the film, or we're kind of overthinking it. So here, by allowing it to be random, you come up with a far more beautiful ending and interesting and surprising. And that's what I really like about films, is when you get surprised by what's happening. If I'm not surprised by it, it's boring. That's in the process and in the finished film. One of the final things then you can do is you can have a look at things in the film to suit your budget. So for example, I had, for our heavens, houses, okay? All the old people were living in these houses and I couldn't find loads of houses. I would have had to find like 5 houses. So instead of the house, I was like, why don't they live in tents? Because I thought that would be fun. Let's just put them in tents. I have loads of tents. So they all lived in tents. Okay. The cool thing is that's actually quite different and fun and kind of weird. It also is affordable. So you can just stand here and go through all of this and go, okay, let's swap that for that. Okay, a car, we don't have a car. They're going to cycle a bike instead. We can get a bike and it's easier to do. Okay, a baby. Okay, there's no baby. Let's just get rid of the baby and maybe put something else, like a photograph of a baby instead of the baby in there. They're in a church. Okay, we don't have a church. Why don't we just put like, make a shrine in someone's house and they're standing at a shrine. You know what I mean? So that you can work with your budget here in real time as well. And you're just standing here doing it. You don't have to be like, I know, it doesn't have to be this big fucking analytical spreadsheet kind of fucking weird process. What I then did from here was, I just sat down then and wrote out all of these cards into a document, not much more detailed than they are here, and that was the film. I didn't go too heavy on dialogue. I just kind of had a, they will talk kind of about this, they will talk about this, but I didn't actually write out the dialogue. I allowed all the actors to kind of improvise their dialogue and not lean too heavily on what they had to say, because that's not the kind of film that it was. It's not the kind of process that I enjoy. Again, I like the surprises, so they surprise you with what they say. So there you go. There's absolutely no excuse that you can't write a film within the next 30 days, because that's how long it took to write this one. All you need is this and your mind. This is $1.99. This is priceless. Sit down, start writing out the scenes. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a very lovely day.